So, David, are you enjoying coaching the kids, mate? Good, good. Glad to hear it. And the coaching badges are coming along? Excellent, mate, excellent. Yeah, no, first team's doing well. Yeah, Morton's back on loan next season, so that's good. Yeah, no, he does. He does a job for us, for sure. And, Connor Bradley's joined permanently. Yeah, if he develops, there could be a useful little player there for us. So, yeah. Have you got any modelling work? Keep the faith, mate. Keep the faith. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South on The Impossible Dream. It is season 3, it is episode number 8, and today it is St Johnstone in the league in the final game before the league splits into top and bottom, and we'll see how we've been getting on in the league in just a second. And then it is off to Hampden Park for the Scottish Cup semi-final, and for the first time in this series, we are in the semi-final. We are not playing Celtic, it is Aberdeen, so we are a very decent chance, at least of playing a team that is of our equal. And, our league battle, of course, we're both battling for third, is going to head off to Hampden in a, I think that's sacrilege saying that in Scotland, isn't it? It'll be heading off to Hampden to see who can go on to face the winner of the Old Firm derby in the other final. Now, the big news, or not just the big news, there's a lot of news actually to catch you up on, but the news on the transfer front is that Tyler Morton will be back for another year next season. We're paying £250 of his wage a week, which is £250 more than we're paying this season, but it's still very much worth it, I think. He is just does a job for us in midfield there. He can come in, he can play as a deep line playmaker, he can play as a Mazzella, and he just does a good job for us. So yeah, very happy to have him back for next season. And another thing that has happened is Connor Bradley has signed for us permanently. You can see this will actually go through on the 1st of July, but £2,800 a week, is it a little bit high for a weekly wage? Perhaps, but I just feel like he does play really well for us. Now, he's not the best defensive wing-back or full-back, but he's good getting forward. And what I'm thinking is that we know that Fitzpatrick is leaving at the end of his contract. He's decided not to stay. So he can play he can basically play, if we have a look here, anywhere down the right-hand side. And when we're playing sort of our formation with just wing-backs and no wingers, he's very good in that because he is obviously an attacking player, and he's not terrible defensively as well, certainly against sort of the bottom half of the Scottish Premiership. So there's room for him to grow a little bit still as well. I think he's worth it. And on a free transfer, that's absolutely fine. And, if we can sell him on at a profit down the line, $2,800 a week, it's not going to be a wage that becomes an obstacle. I wouldn't have thought anyway. So that is what has happened on the transfer front for next season. 2 Liverpool players are joining, 1 back on loan, 1 permanently. And I guess the big news since last episode is we've had our youth intake. So let's have a quick look at what we've got here. And well, we have got a couple of very, very elite prospects. Can we get I just want to say elite. Why won't it? We can't get it to go up that far. Anyway. 2 strikers, Michael Wage. Anyway, he's looks very, very decent already with finishing of 15, which is impressive. Physically, maybe lacks a little bit. Strength, he lacks a lot. Technically, if he's going to be anything, he's blind effectively with a vision of 1. He's going to be a poacher, isn't he? So We'll just wait and see what becomes of him. He's 15, so a lot of room for him to grow. The other elite prospect is Chris Clockerty. Now, he is more of a target man. Jumping reach and strength of 14, a heading of 16. I mean, that's useful, isn't it? That's useful now, and he's only 15. So finishing should, over time, if he can get that up to even like a 12, a 13, already with his heading of 16, I mean, that is all going to be very, very... he's going to be useful, I think. So that's good news. We have a top talent in a right back in Paul Frame. Again, already not too bad. Tackling of 12, marking 19, and he's got crossing of 9 as well. Again, physically is maybe what will let him down a little bit, though. He's not the worst jumper. And so that is that. And there's a couple of others that are here. We'll wait and see what becomes of them. they're sort of the main three. Now, as ever, I do like to name these guys after my Patreon supporters. So if you are a qualifying Patreon, just let me know if any of these guys take your fancy, and we can look to get them renamed after you. And if you're not a Patreon supporter yet, there's a link to it down in the description if you're interested. It's not expected, but is greatly appreciated. Now, if we just go back to the overview of the development center here, someone that came through last season that we weren't too sure about is Joe Hardy, a midfielder. He is developing very, very nicely indeed. The issue I have with him is passing of 8 and technique of 7. But everything is training on well, and he reminds me maybe a little bit of if you were watching last Impossible Dream with Miss Kelly. And I thought the same thing about him, and he developed into a very nice player as well. So I'm hoping that Joe Hardy might actually become a useful player. But again, we'll wait and see what becomes of him. And the other player we got last season that was a big prospect was Brian Marshall. And again, he is training on not too badly. So we'll wait and see. They're both 16 or 17 in the case of Joe Hardy. I'm thinking next season in the Betfred, we'll probably look to give them some first team experience. But I do have to catch you up, of course, on what's been happening on the field. There is two games to catch you up on, both in the league. The first one was against Dundee United. Hendry crossed for Lutzi to give us a half-time lead, before Bradley's cross was turned in by a Dundee United defender to seal the points. So we were dominant in this game. Honestly, we should have scored 5 or 6. I mean, XG says 2.5, but it was, trust me, we should have scored a lot more. It was a really solid performance from us, and yeah, absolutely played them off the park. We did. The other game to catch you up on was against bottom of the league, Inverness. We had an early lead when Lyon slipped McAllister free of the defence. Lyon got his first goal for the club to get our second. And Lyon was again involved as he played in Shakir Omar to make it 3-0. Masonda got our fourth, before gifting Inverness a late consolation. So we played well in this game. Inverness may be ever so slightly treated by the score, but yeah, we did well. Lyon had his best game in a Queen shirt, that is for sure. And he's probably man of the match. Well, he certainly should have been if he wasn't. So really happy with that as well. So we played the bottom two teams in the league. If we look at the competition screen here, we got 6 points, which is what we wanted. And we are guaranteed to be top half because this is the final game before the split. And, well, we've got a 10-point gap over Ross County, who have fallen away really dramatically, haven't they? So we've also got a 6-point gap over Aberdeen. So if we can win today against St Johnstone, who are going to be in the bottom half, then, you know, a potentially 6-point, potentially a 9-point gap with 5 games to play. That looks good for third, doesn't it? So let's go and see what we're doing here against St Johnstone. And this is what is happening. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And the team that we are sending out is Eastwood in goal, Hendry, Iakoviti, Olafunwa, and McPherson as the back four. It's McAllister, Goss, Cochrane, and Bradley. We're going to try him out in that winger role for this one. And then Luitzi and Shakir Omar, they'll be the two up top. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Do we recognise any names in their lineup? Hungbo, he got quite a few against us recently, hasn't he? So let's hope we don't see him on the score sheet today. Pick up we left off last time, no, but I might be able to get on board with... no, let's take pressure off. Just go out there, play your natural game, boys. We'll pump our fists, make me proud, and we'll get out there and hopefully get 3 points. Now, a few things to catch you up on that have happened between episodes. The first is Shakir Omar is now a full international with Sweden. So that's excellent. Well done to Shakir Omar on that. And the other one is that there are rumours of a takeover. Now, it's sort of just rumours right now in the press. They've been persisting for a little while. And, well, they're getting a little bit more serious, I think. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have an inconvenient transfer embargo. That's a goal, isn't it? This summer. Hopefully that's not going to be the case, but yeah, I'm a little bit fearful of that happening. But we know we've got Shakir Omar for next season. We know we've got Morton, and Bradley we know is signing as well. It's a good strike. I'm not sure there's too much we could do about that other than get out to him a little bit quicker. So hopefully, if it is going to happen, it won't be sort of one of these long, drawn-out processes. Eastwood, I tell you what, we're not looking particularly good here, are we? Have we already got our mind set to Hampden? Eastwood goes short through Iacoviti. He's a little bit short of match sharpness coming back from his injury. There's a good ball down the line. McAllister, can he get a cross in? Omar's there. Lutzi's there. Bradley's getting in at the back post. And in the end, the cross is blocked. And here comes St Johnstone the other way. Ken Goss, he can win it back for us nicely. Cochrane with a raking pass forward. Can't quite find his target in Luizzi. And that ends the highlight. Or does it? McPherson to Olafunwa to Iyak. This is the longest highlight in football history. Here we go with Bradley. Good first touch to put in his path. Can he get that cross in now? Connor Bradley. He chips it in. Omar's there, and Omar can't find the back of the net. But a good response to falling behind. Another reminder, of course, don't forget Viewers Player of the Year. This is probably going to be last call for nominations. So make sure you're getting those in. There's a ball to the back post. It's nodded down. Cochrane is there to clear it. This isn't quite working, is it? Whatever we're trying to do is not working. All right, so let's not pass into space. They're a gegenpressing side, so we do want to exploit the flanks. So we want to try and make them chase us around, but we'll maybe not pass into space and see if that helps us a little bit. Aberdeen are winning, so that's not ideal, given that we are losing. That gets that gap down to 3, and suddenly it's all on for third place again. I do worry a little bit that, when we come up against the top half team, I mean, exclude the Old Firm for now, because, I mean, they're still in a different class to the rest of the league, but I worry that when we play the teams that are sort of, say, the other 3 teams that are in that top half with us, that we're not as good as them consistently. So if we get to, or when we get to the split, I'd like to have as big a gap as possible, because I just think we might struggle to get points against them. If everybody's focus is just on that. McAllister, can he get that cross in? We're getting into good positions, aren't we? But we're not quite getting that last ball. Bradley, what a volley that is. Connor Bradley. Now, is it going to be disallowed? It's his first goal for the club. I don't think it is. Excellent stuff. He absolutely smashed that in. Celebrates his permanent deal with us with a really, really good strike. McAllister chipped it up for him. I tell you what, Luizzi got bundled over there as well, so we probably could have had a penalty if that had gone a little bit wrong for us. Let's demand a little bit more, but we're back on level terms before the break. Could we dare dream of going in front? Aberdeen absolutely smashing Inverness. If they're not already mathematically relegated Inverness, they're a little bit like Motherwell last year. They're down. They look a broken side. But we've come back into that game, possibly when we made their little tactical tweak. We've been the better team. Just keep doing what you're doing, we'll be fine. No, let's not do that. Let's say we're not happy. The match ratings haven't been great, have they? So we've got faith in you boys if you want to get back out there for me. I feel like the problem we're having with Luizzi, I wonder, Shakir Omar, I wonder if I try him as the deep lying. I feel like the problem we're having with Luizzi is that he tends to play the same sort of position as Shakir Omar. But Shakir Omar, I mean, he is just a brilliant all-round striker. He's just got a little bit of everything. He scored on his debut as well, by the way, for Sweden. So I wonder if maybe we could just switch them around. Luizzi's there! I tell you what, that's his manager. That's the stroke, I'll claim that. Luizzi with a goal early in the second half. It is 2-1 now to the Queens. And, well, that's much better. We just had to take it off, pass into space, apparently. Ball in, Luizzi's there, good header. And, well, we saw Shakir Omar have a very similar chance in the first half and miss it. So maybe we've stumbled upon something here. Oh, Goss has won that back. Hendry, ball forward, Shakir Omar to Cochrane. Is Cochrane going to unleash? Oh, he's hit the crossbar. And not the best clearance we'll ever see. McAllister in, it's cleared away. That's a little bit more convincing. And that momentarily ends the highlight. Hendry picks it up. Oh, we look a different team all of a sudden, don't we? Goss, back to Cochrane. Iacoviti, Goss, Hendry, back to Iacoviti. Just looking for that moment, aren't we, to get the killer ball through. But we're keeping possession well. McAllister, back to Hendry. Goss, There's a good ball for McAllister, for Luizzi. Luizzi gets past 2 defenders. Oh, it's so unlucky. It was a wonderful touch to get free of the defence there, but he just didn't quite have the touch to finish off the goal. Now, it is only a 1-goal lead, and we don't want to get too excited here as St Johnstone get a cross into the box, and it's just over from them. Eastwood, let's say he had it covered. I tell you what, it's end-to-end stuff, isn't it? Highlight central. McAllister can't quite win that ball back for us. Oh, I thought he was gonna get a foot in there. But we are making it difficult for them to settle on the ball, which is good. McPherson is there. Bradley as well. And eventually we do win it back. Those two had that's a cracking ball for Luizzi. Can he get another goal? Luizzi sits the goalkeeper down. That is wonderful stuff. It's Bradley with the assist. And McPherson and Bradley, they could actually get a nice little combination going down that right-hand side. If we are going to play with sort of a winger and a fullback, they might complement each other quite well because McPherson's quite good on the ball because he's actually a midfielder that we've half turned into a right-back. And Connor Bradley is very much just pace. Pace, dribbling and crossing. So between them, it might actually work out quite nicely. Can we go and get a 4th goal now that would all but steal the points? And then maybe we can start looking at resting players. Shakir Omar. Has he just gone a little bit cold in front of goal? I'm not sure exactly what formation we're going to go with against Aberdeen, who are now 4-0 up at Inverness. I don't know if we'd want to play this same way or if we'd want to go back to sort of just the wing-back formation, and Funwa puts it just over. We could have scored 1,000 goals here, it feels like, doesn't it? Oh, and just for a second then I thought our lead was going to be back down to 1. Hendry is not having a great game. We've got Rowe on the bench. I wonder if it's worth making... He's only playing a 6-5 now. We definitely need to fix left-back for next season, don't we? Hendry does okay, but he's just not good enough. I mean, it's not really his fault. He's just not good enough. He does do well going forward at times. I think it's defensively that he gets let down. Here we go with McPherson. Back to Olafunwa. Iakoviti. There's a nice ball forward for Goss. For Luizzi. Wonderful first touch again. And that is another goal for Fabian Luizzi. It's 4-1. And considering we were 1-0 down, it's been a very, very impressive comeback from there. Was it a hat-trick for Luizzi or was it his second? That might be a hat-trick for him, is it? Did he get the first one? He got the header. Is that a hat-trick? You will know. I think it might be, though. It is a hat-trick. Well done to Luizzi. He's another one. We will try and get him back for next season. Whether we'll be able to get him back on not paying any of his wages again, it might be questionable. But we'll certainly try. And the other one, of course, is Josh Thomas. Do we try and get him back again for next season? Bearing in mind, Ali Roy, we know, is leaving. But we do have 3 really good young strikers at the club now coming through the academy. So I'm not as concerned just to have a strike force of loanees, knowing that it's sort of buying us time until those guys come through and are ready. But that was a really, really good win. So there we go. We have won, as have Aberdeen. So we have a 6-point gap going into the split. Queen of the South couldn't turn dominance into victory. Luizzi with the hat-trick. Wonderful, wonderful stuff from him. And a 10-game unbeaten run for Rangers continues. Guys, wait right there, though. It's Hampden next to face Aberdeen. Can we go and make the final? All right, welcome back. Here we go. It is Hampden Park for the semi-final. Aberdeen, who we are, neck and neck within the league. Let's hope we can show that we are the better team here in the cup. It is a 4-2-3-1 we're expecting from them, and we're expecting a similar sort of style of play as we got against St Johnstone, so we're going to go with a similar team. Actually, we're going to go with the same team. It's Eastwood in goal. It's Hendry. Yeah, that's the weakness, isn't it? Iakoviti, Olafunwa and McPherson at the back. Bradley, Cochrane, Goss and McAllister. We're going to start Shakir Omar as the deep liar this time and Luizzi up top as he advanced forward. That's how they finished off, of course, against St Johnstone when things turned around for us. So let's hope that we can get ourselves to a first major final. All right, so we can see the two team sheets there. I mean, yeah, they're a good team, aren't they? Let's hope that that we're that little bit better, though. I think today is just play a natural game. We want to take pressure off them. This is a big occasion. I mean, the previous 2 years when we've made the semi-final, it was against Celtic, and we kind of expected to lose. Whereas I think this one, I wouldn't say we expect to win, but I certainly feel like we're every chance. You know, if we play well, then I wouldn't say we should win, but we certainly could. So let's hope that we play well. And it would be exciting to make a cup final, wouldn't it? Albeit against one of the old firm. It is an old firm derby, the other game, so we would definitely be playing one of them. So that in itself would be tough. But you've got to get there to have a chance, don't you? You've got to be in it to win it. So we've just got to hope that we're there. A very cagey start to the game. We've created absolutely nothing, which is slightly concerning. Here we go. Hendry with a throw. It's there for McAllister. The Goss to McAllister. Can he get a cross in? Goes onto his left foot. There's the cross. It's Lutzi! Oh, the Barcelona boy gets his 7th of the season and gives us an early lead in the semi-final. It's 1-0. McAllister did brilliantly. McAllister has really come on second half of this season, hasn't he? Turned himself into space onto his left foot. Chipped the cross in, and Luizzi is there, buries the header, and it's 1-0. And oh, it's exciting. It's exciting times. Now, can we hang on? That is going to be the big question, isn't it? Can we get a second? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Hendry with a throw. McAllister back to Goss. Hendry. McAllister. There's a good ball. Luizzi's in again. Luizzi. Oh, he doesn't have the finish this time. There are times, though, when you can really start and see us, particularly playing in this 4-4-2, you can really start to see things clicking. We definitely need a left back. But I just think McAllister's playing well. Cochrane and Goss seem to do well in midfield. Brady and McPherson down that right, Bradley, and McPherson down that right are showing signs. Omar has hit the post. It's come back to him. Bradley has a go. It's blocked. And it's still there. Is the highlight going away? And Luizzi, ball in for Omar. Oh, he's hit the post again. Shakir Omar. He has gone a little bit quiet in front of goals lately, hasn't he? And I think he's hit the post twice in about 30 seconds there. Let's keep praising them. We hadn't created much through the first 15 minutes, but we certainly finished the half the stronger, haven't we? And is it going to be the halftime score? Yes, it is. It arguably should be so much better, but don't get complacent here, boys. It's going well. Got faith in you all. Omar, if you could start sticking some more goals away for us, mate, that would be great. And we've got a highlight starting with an Aberdeen throw. Can we go and win this back? It's fine. Let's let them have it there. Oh, Goss. Oh, no, not quite. Ball forward. Can McPherson win that? He can. Bradley has it. Oh, and Bradley's given it away. Looking for the return ball to McPherson. And don't give away a penalty here. You can see it coming. Goss has done well. Don't let them turn and shoot. Oh, and we haven't cleared it. Eastwood apparently was tied to his... Oh, won't count. Well, what's wrong with that? Is McKinstry's offside? Oh, he's only just off too. And arguably, that's a little bit harsh. He was never really involved in the play. But he was there or thereabouts, so it's difficult to argue that he was not taking the eye off a defender. But, yeah, given the offside rule as I sort of know it, which is very little, I would have thought that was okay. But here we go with Bradley. Oh, he's gone down through the back of him. And he may have bought that somewhat. Goss with a chance to double our lead, though, early in this second half. And I tell you, if I was an Aberdeen supporter, I would be annoyed that that goal was ruled out. And I'd be even more annoyed that about 30 seconds later, Queen of the South has gone up the other end and doubled their lead. 2-0 in this semi-final. And are we going to a final? It's really frustrating having the finals at the... semi-final, at the Hampden in Scotland or Wembley in the case of England. It just kind of takes the shine off it, doesn't it? you know, saying, "Oh, we're going, you know, we're going to Hampden." When we're already there. So I always just thought that takes the shine off it. But anyway, oh Bradley, you haven't, have you? It was all going a little bit too well, wasn't it? All right, so what do we do here? Fitzpatrick could come on as a like-for-like sub, which is maybe what we want to do. That would mean that who comes off up top? Is it Shakir Omar or is it Luizzi? Now, who's more likely to hold the ball up? You'd have to say Shakir Omar, wouldn't you? So that's what we'll have to do. And it's harsh on Luizzi, but he'll live to fight another day. I have no doubts about that. We'll just shove Shakir Omar up there. We better put him on support as well, since it's just the 10 men, and we'll have to close it down now too, won't we? So what I don't want to do, I think I do still want to counter press them. I don't want to change what we're doing too much defensively, because, you know, we're not losing a defensive player, we're losing an attacking player. We'll stay positive. Do we stay positive? Now, Bradley might miss the final with that as well, which will mean Fitzpatrick will probably get a send-off game then, won't he? I've kind of, not that he's playing badly, but the fact that he's leaving us, I kind of just figured, well, you know, you're there if you need me, but we need to start planning for life after him. Can Goss get to that? No. What we don't want with 25 minutes to play is them getting one back. Now, the other option we could have had, of course, is McPherson moving forward, and we could have moved Olafunwa over as a defensive right back, which maybe would have made a bit more sense in hindsight. Oh, no. Let's give it a focus. Can Eastwood keep our 2-goal lead intact? Otherwise, this is going to start to get very, very nervy. He cannot. Oh, dear. And with 10 men, our lead is cut in half, and it's still, what, 20 minutes or so plus stoppages to play. We've told them to focus. Rowe should be coming on from McAllister, should he, according to the assistant. Don't know about that. Let's praise them. The only person that's anxious is Bradley. He should be, because I'm not going to have too many nice things to say to him when I see him. But we're getting towards the end here. The game is ticking down. We've done a decent job killing it off. Let's see if we can finish the job now. All right, so we've made one sub. We've taken Harry Cochrane off. Got some fresh legs in there with Morton. A little bit worrying that he's anxious, but he's a better tackler, a better defensive player. So we've made that change. Just basically everybody's gone a little bit more defensively minded. And, you know, what we might even do is just take Goss off of that. Just be a defensively minded midfielder for me, please. We've gone on to ultra defensive. We're wasting time. We're doing all that sort of stuff. Can we get ourselves to the final? We've got the highlight no one wanted to see. McAllister, though, can we get a goal on the break to wrap this up? Someone go to the corner flag. We've just got to keep possession. Omar. Oh, he's done brilliantly. And it's 10 apiece. It's 10 apiece. McAllister has done superbly there. And that's, I mean, that's not that, but it just about might be. 50 seconds to play. Can we get the goal that would surely take us to the final? It's a wonderful ball. Morton to McAllister. And McAllister can't find the finish. Omar. Oh, he's gone straight through him, and that could be them down to 9 men, is it? No. We're over the allotted time. Blow it up, ref. Blow it up. Are we going to the final? Surely, it would be cruel to lose it from here. Olafunwa taking his time, which is excellent. We're 30 seconds over. Blow it up, referee. Blow it up. Just take the kick, Olafunwa. Maybe you'll blow it up when you touch the ball. Ref. Oh, come on. McPherson. No, who are you? Fitzpatrick. Almost gives it away. Morton. Back to Olafunwa. What is the referee doing? Morton. Oh, he gives it away. Can we win it back? Don't you do it. Don't. Well, who are you? Olafunwa. What are you? Olafunwa on the brain. Omar wins it back. McAllister. Omar now. And there it is. We've got ourselves to our first major final. We are going to the Scottish Cup final. It's 2-1 in the end, and that is absolutely brilliant. Well done, boys. So Queen of the South defeat Aberdeen in ill-tempered affair. I mean, 2 red cards, fair enough. You'd say that's probably about right. And, well, Bradley is going to be banned for all Scottish domestic competitions. So he's going to miss. That's okay. I can deal with that. He's saying, okay, so Enzo's saying we should appeal. So we will appeal it, just in case. But I'm okay if he misses a league game against Celtic because it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, Hibs beat Rangers. So there is a chance it could be Hibs in the final. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We can see the league table there as it sets up. And guys, that will do it for today. What we'll do, actually, let's wait and find out who we're going to get in the final. So a little bit of editing magic. So almost £500,000 out of that semi-final, but it is Celtic in the final. They've beaten Hibs 1-0. So, well, we're always going to play him at some point, weren't we? So that is what will be the final. It'll be another Celtic game at Hampden. This time, as I say, though, it's for the show. I think what we'll do is we will come back next time. Celtic in the league is not really of importance to us. I think what we might do is we'll come back for Hibs and Aberdeen. And then we'll get an idea of if the league is going to go down to the wire or not. And it'll probably be a case then of I'll play the last 2 games. Hopefully it'll be a case of playing the last few games off camera and then coming back to wrap everything up with the Scottish Cup final at Hampden Park against Celtic. So don't forget then, last chance to nominate your players for Viewers Player of the Year. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time as we hopefully seal up 3rd place in the league. And, well, one thing's for sure. With a 10-point, 11-point gap over Hearts with 5 games to play, we're almost definitely going to be in Europe next season. Take care.